Good morning and welcome to News First Prime Time Sunrise.
Well, it is Tuesday, the 30th of December 2014. We are not far off from the year 2015. Time certainly does fly. A very good morning to you. This is News First Prime Time Sunrise. I am Shahin Rampati. Let's start off the look at your headlines. One person killed and 15 vehicles damaged when a tree collapsed in Kandy. Those who are unable to cast their postal votes can do so today. Services on the upcountry railway line to open up to Nan-Oya from today. Reports of over 200 small tanks and irrigation walls collapsed. The landslide warning issued to 10 districts by the National Building Research Organization due to the inclement weather conditions remains in effect. The Disaster Management Center said that the threat of landslides persists in the Matale, Kandy, Badulla, Nure Elia, Kegol, Kurunagala, Kalutura, Gaul, Matara and Hambantura districts. Now, meanwhile, 2 accidents have been reported from the Kandy district due to the inclement weather. 4 vehicles travelling along the Kandy-Peradeniya road were damaged after a tree collapsed onto the road. According to our correspondent, 3 people had sustained injuries in the incident, while 1 individual is in serious condition and is currently receiving treatment at the Kandy General Hospital. The Kandy Police, the Kandy Fire Extinguishing Unit and the infantry forces were taking measures to remove the tree from the road. A house was destroyed due to a landslide that occurred in the Simon Estate area in Kandy. Our correspondent said that while no one was injured in the incident, 10 families are currently housed at the Bahiravakanda Madhuma Bandara College. Meanwhile, the Department of Agrarian Services Development says that 200 small tanks and irrigation tanks have broken away. The department's head of the Water Management Unit, Prabhat Vitharana, said that immediate action is being taken to repair them. He added that 14,000 small tanks are functioning under the purview of the department. Meanwhile, the Irrigation Department says that they are receiving reports of damaged reservoirs that come under the purview of the department. For more information in this regard, we contacted the Director of the Water Management Unit of the Department of Irrigation, Janaki Nigastan.
At the moment, water level of the Irrigation Department reservoirs, especially major reservoirs, going down, and with the prevailing weather conditions, the Irrigation Department expected to reduce the spill gates opening and close the spill gates when the water level reach up to the 1.5 feet below the special level. At the moment, out of 73 major reservoirs, 58 reservoirs are spilling and spill gates opening in 80 reservoirs. But now water level of the major rivers going down, especially Mahavali River and Malvatuya, we expecting still reduce during the next 2 days.
The Railway Control Room says that the upcountry railway line will reopen to Nan-Oya from today. Accordingly, the Podimanike train commenced its journey to Nan-Oya at 5:55 this morning. Now, the Colombo-Kandy railway line will operate as usual from today. However, Railway Control Room said that it will take another 2 to 3 days to remove the obstructions on the railway line from Nan-Oya to Badulla. Now, the Department of Meteorology says that showers will occur at several places in the northern, north central, northwestern, western Sub-Rogama and central provinces and in the Gaul district. United Nations Secretary General Ban Ki-moon has conveyed his strong expectation that the government of Sri Lanka will ensure the peaceful and credible conduct of its upcoming presidential election scheduled for the beginning of the new year. Now, according to the UN News Center, the UN Secretary General had discussed the matter with Minister of External Affairs Professor G.L. Pires. The UN News Agency went on to note that the UN will provide continuous support for reconciliation, political dialogue and accountability. The UN further stressed on the importance of inclusive participation of all Sri Lankan voters, including minority communities, in the election process without any fear. The Election Secretariat says that the number of cases regarding the use of state officials for political campaigning has risen, with the number of complaints standing at 148. Moreover, the Election Secretariat has received 60 complaints on cases of transfers and unsystematic promotions of state officials. The complaints unit of the Election Secretariat said that a total of 752 complaints have been received, of which 78 are of serious in nature. The Election Secretariat says that those who could not cast their postal vote on the 23rd, 24th and 26th of this month could do so today. Additional Elections Commissioner U. Amardas said that postal votes could be cast from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. today.
Elections Commissioner U. Amardas said that the deadline to submit applications for temporary identities have been extended to the 3rd of next month. He added that this decision was taken after taking into account the prevalent weather situation. Thereby, U. Amardas said that it is essential that those who do not possess a valid identity card obtain a temporary identity card to cast their vote. The Additional Elections Commissioner added that according to the electoral list, 900,000 persons do not possess a national identity card.
Additional election commissioners notified the respective Gram Nirdaris regarding the issuance of temporary IDs 3 weeks ago. Moreover, the Department of Elections has sent a letter to household heads notifying them of persons within the household who are not in the electoral list and urging them to apply for temporary ID in order to cast their vote for the elections. So we have notified the respective divisions Gram Nirdari of this and urged them to take the necessary measures to grant them temporary IDs. Also, due to the prevalent weather situation, the deadline is applied for a temporary ID has been extended from 31st of December to the 3rd of January as per instructions of the Elections Commissioner.
And that is a wrap of today's edition of News First Primetime Sunrise. As always, it is a pleasure having with us. For the News First team, I am Shahin Rampath. Have a good day ahead of you.
Hotline 0114 896 896. www.newsfirst.lk. Feedback at newsfirst.lk.